Watch me going out of the way when I should've went home. Only time of the day I get to spend on my own. I was tripping off high, used to sleep at your crib. Should drive out right where you live and pick you up on the way. We ain't spoken so long, probably put me in the past. I could still get you wet and I could still make you laugh. You should call in to work if that ain't too much to ask. I could pour you up a drink or we could burn something.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie. There's so much beauty in like going out and collaborating with people, but I also love being at home. I can't lie, man. Especially on days like this, you know, you just wake up, get ready for the day, meditate, do what you gotta do, hit the gym, and then you can just come home, relax, and make beats in the comfort of your own home. Yo, check out this number. I've been seeing this number a lot lately. 444, and I just filled up my tank and it was came to 444 miles. I saw this quote this morning when I woke up on Instagram, and it said something like, I'm so grateful that I'm living what was it? I think it was something like, I'm so glad that I'm now living for what I once prayed for, or something like that, man. But I woke up and I saw that and I was just like, wow, like mornings like this when I wake up and it's bloody cold outside and I get to basically set the tone on what I want to do for the day. You know, I remember there was cold mornings like this where I have to get up and go to an office and it was just so freaking cold, man. And I was like, I can't keep doing this. This isn't the life I want to live. I want to be able to set the tone, do what I want to do, and do music full time. I've always wanted to do that, so I'm in a position now where I'm literally living my dreams. I get to wake up, decide what I want to do for the day, and even wake up when I want to wake up, you know? It's like having that ultimate freedom. I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet, but just the fact that I saw that message on a cold day like this where I used to have to get public transport to get into central London to go sit at a desk and work for a company. And you know, like obviously at that time I was grateful to have a job because it was funding the dream, but now I'm living the dream, and obviously there's still growth. I try and work at something every single day. Seeing that quote this morning and feeling the cold, I was just like, wow. I remember when I was on my way to the office that day, so freaking cold, and I said to myself, this is the last winter that I'll be doing this. And to be fair, it was. I didn't stop working in the corporate field the next year, but it was the last year. That was my first and last winter where I wasn't able to just drive to work. I said, fuck this. I was like, nah, there's no way I'm traveling to work on public transport and I could drive. So I changed jobs. After that was the job I changed to. After that was my last time working for someone else. But I just feel blessed on days like this, man, where I can wake up, decide what I want to do for the day, and then just get to it. And there's nothing like being creative, man. I never wanted to just sit behind a desk and not follow my dreams. Okay, so I got a lot done today, man, but I have a studio session that I have to leave for in the next 20 minutes. So I'm about to head out, make some beats in the studio. Then I have an event to go to. There's this producer who is having like a listening party at this event. So we're going to go tap in with that and see some people that we know and hang out for a bit. But his name is Maxwell. He's produced for like Ty Dolla $ign, Snoop Dogg, and a few others. So we're going to reach that event after and then see where the night takes us.
Ain't no complaints. Racks in the bank. For what you think. We got some rain. Leo West thing. Robbing the bank. Pull like the bank. You was a stranger. We don't relate. No. Racks in the safe. Steak on my plate. My sons are done. My bitch Amazon. My plug is on. She fucking for sons. I wanna be like Muhammad Ali. Hang on no ropes and I beat you to sleep. How they get money cause talk is too cheap.
What's going on, guys? So today is actually the next day. Oh, wrong setting. Okay, there we go. So today's actually the next day. The event was super cool. I'm sounding more and more American the more time I spend there. But the event was cool, man. I got to meet a lot of people and actually play some of my music as well. But it was good to see a different side to the music that I expected to see with Maxwell. Hold on, let me get my mic. Okay, so I got my mic now. But yeah, the event was cool. So I went in thinking that I was gonna hear like rap beats or R&B songs, but he played house and he played some drum and bass, which was actually nice to hear. I'm not saying like I'm a huge fan of drum and bass, but it was nice to hear something different to what I expected. And then some of his friends were playing like indie music and lo-fi beats and things like that. So it's nice to kind of have an expectation of something and then be pleasantly surprised. You know what I mean? So it was nice to kind of hear that house music isn't really my thing in terms of creating music, but I appreciate it because it's not easy. Well, it's not easy for me. Like I admire the way in drum and bass and house they create these epic drops and it just gets the crowd going. But it's just not for me in terms of what I like to create. But I can appreciate it. I think it's about time that I started releasing some of my own music. I have a lot of songs in the vault that I should release, and I'm currently working on new stuff as well. So I definitely want to share some of my own stuff with the world. You know, it's been a long time coming, and I think it's long overdue. I'm always doing stuff for other people, whether it's sync stuff or working with artists to help them with their projects. So I want to put out my own body of work. I said this last year about this year, and we're now going into December and I haven't done that. So I mean, I've worked on the songs, but then other things came up. Like I got asked to work on a musical. I was helping other people with their projects as well, and I just kind of put what I had to do for myself on the shelf again. So going into next year, that's going to be a priority of mine, just to like have my own piece of work out to be proud of, and just see the way the world reacts to it. I put out a song I made, when was it, in 2020, and I think that was it. Everything else I produced, but I haven't actually released myself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm writing more. Obviously I make beats daily, but I'm writing more. But I intend to just amp everything up by 1,000%, just to get a lot more done, because then I can actually filter through and pick out what I want for this project, and then maybe just drop singles every month. I already have a lot of music. I can actually release an album now, but I'm just kind of creating and just writing about certain life experiences that's happened in the last 2 years, and I think that suits me more of where I'm at right now. For my own project. So the singles, I might just release as singles, you know, but for my own work, I want to kind of tell my story. Some of it will be from years ago, some of it will be in the last couple years, but I feel like as humans, we always have a lot to say. And when we share it with others, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, same, you know, or wow, you went through that. But like, I feel like a problem shared is a problem halved, and it's always helped me, and it's always helped when being creative and just being able to convey your feelings in an artistic way is like super cool, and I'm grateful that I get to do that. But I want to start dropping obviously more beats for you guys. Like I'm doing my silent cook-ups and I really enjoy those. I don't have to talk too much, I can just be creative and then post. But let me know in the comments below what kind of beats you want me to make next, and other stuff you want to see. Do you want me to do more reviews and things like that, or do you just want me to stick to beats instead of some of these days in my life? But I'm trying to be as authentic as I can and not just kind of act like, you know, like the industry is like this golden ticket to success, because it's not. And I'm sure you've heard some horror stories, I'm sure you've heard some good stories, and I'm sure you've seen like the limelight of it all. But within that, us as creatives, we always have the days where we feel good, we feel inspired, we feel happy, we're ready to share everything. And then we have the down days where it's like we don't feel like we're shit and that our work isn't great. But that's what inspires good art, and that's what inspires good songs. and collaborating with people and having a good network around you. So if you're going through that, let me know. And I can touch on it, because I'm not going to sit here and say that everything has been easy to me or easy for me, but I've learned to roll with the punches and just be consistent. And I've definitely been super consistent in the last month or so with YouTube, so I don't plan to stop anytime now. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.